Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode brought to you by Bollock Studios. I'm Matt, your host, and of course, joining me in our remote studio. Of course, for those of you who have tuned into our previous episode, you already know Sharif, and of course, in the previous episode, you have obviously have seen you have also seen Kuhan, respectively. Sharif being an amid Man United fan at heart, but never biased. And of course, Kuhan, I would like to think similar as well. An animate Newcastle supporter through and through, but as mentioned, never biased as well. So for those who are new to this channel, obviously, the usual drill, as I'm going to mention as well. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. And of course, I may have forgotten to mention as well, for those who are new or who have also subscribed and liked our channel, do hit the notification button so you will receive every episodes on from time to time. So okay, so what an eventful week it was, lah, boys. So of course we have lots of topics lined up. So but before I get into all the topics, of course, I would like to take this moment to thank those who have commented. Thank you for sharing your feedbacks as well. I think it was good lah to see a lot of good feedbacks. Of course, some some critics as well,
Mhm.
which is fine, right? We accept them with a whole heart. Let's be frank, yeah. And of course, not to forget as well. So as much as expressing our gratitude, and of course without your comments and feedbacks, and perhaps you guys sharing as well to your fellow friends, we will not make it to our fourth episode. So now, so of course, I know I've been doing so much of the talking here. I have Sharif and Kuhan with me as well. So hey, Sharif, how are you doing, man? You good, huh?
Good, good, good. Glad we
Ah,
it's been I think the time flies fast, huh? It really episode 4, right? And yeah, looking from the I echo what you said, right? And I mean the support that we get, even though we just started, right? I mean those comments that we get, those views that we get, right? Also just want to extend my full heart thank to all who had been going through. I've been getting private messages as well, then saying this, saying that, what we should do more, what should we should focus more. Yeah. One thing I could not remove is that we could not speak Man United, right, man? Because I think that started all this discussion, right, about Man United and everything, right? So, but of course we try to bring stuff as well, try to be as universal as possible, right? And great to hear that the football people around the world, hopefully around the world, are listening, are tuning in,
mhm.
right? And also supporting this new channel as well, right? So yeah, glad to be here again, Matt. Mhm.
Kuhan, so welcome back once again. Nice to have you join us as well, yeah.
Yep, I'm happy to be part of
All
this. It's been nice.
Alrighty, good. All right, good stuff, man. So of course, so all the thanking and all has been done and all that stuff. So now, speaking about a very eventful weekend, as much as the from as much as game week 3 has ended over the weekend, and we are approaching the international break. So of course, this weekend going to be quite boring, quite boring without any EPL matches. But of course,
Yeah.
there's an international break. That having said, another very eventful week, that also to end the eventful week, of course, the deadline day transfers, right? So so there's been some shockers. Whether is it good, bad, ugly, we don't know. So perhaps Sharif or Kuhan, I'm not sure about your thoughts, but that it's been quite eventful in the name of deadline day transfers, right? We
Yes,
did
yes.
highlight this in our last episode as well. So the things that we are expecting and whatnot. So for starters, Kuhan, we did talk about, will Isak go, and I mean, will he leave? Newcastle to join Liverpool. Looks like it has taken place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know your thoughts about it, man. You tell me.
So the great Alexander Chicha, sorry, typo again. Alexander Isak.
Come on, man.
So,
Because he leave, they become chicha, yeah.
well, I have a good story about a Liverpool friend of mine
Mm.
gave that nickname to him when Isak was doing really well.
Uh,
So now we see what happens.
uh,
So anyway, I think I'm glad it happened. 3 years,
yeah.
3 years, 62 goals, a cup, Champions League, double the money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite good. I mean, but what I got to know recently is, I mean, the whole media. I think the big UK fan base in Newcastle are really like, witch hunting him, going after him, calling him all kinds of names. Which I think it's not really fair because you have to understand Newcastle doesn't have a CEO or a director of football. So a lot of things was in the dark. So, and I think Isaac wanted to move, but nothing was done for it to appease him and everything like this. And a lot of promises was said by Newcastle board, but wasn't fulfilled because you have to understand this is like there was three transfer windows that Newcastle didn't buy a senior players at all. So that was one of the problems, and among other things as well. So I think that he went to a club which he thinks he can win big things. So we'll wait and see for that actually. So yeah, that's the Isaac saga. I think.
Yeah.
Right, Sharif.
Yeah. I will not say I'm glad or anything, but I'm also surprised, right? Really, really surprised that 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 this thing happen, or this thing take time, right? I mean, Liverpool got again, hopefully I'm not pronouncing his name wrong, Ekitike or something. Right? And knowing how Liverpool knowing how Liverpool plays, and with their wingers and everything, right? I guess maybe this is a new, or the way they are rebuilding to maybe
Yeah,
2 or 3 years time down the road. I think
I don't think
maybe.
they upgraded.
Yeah, okay. Maybe upgrading, or maybe I think maybe transitioning maybe is the right word to post Salah days, right? I think the
Yeah,
previous how the Liverpool plays, the wings goes up and the striker drops down. I think that's what do you call that? Um,
false.
yes, the false nine, or maybe the supporting false nine. I forgot the Brazilian name. What is his name? Firmino, right? Firmino plays that, and that's why Salah and what they call it, Sadio
Money.
Mane as well flourish in those roles, right? Where we drop the defense line drop, or maybe push up, and then Salah and Mane try to back line behind the line, right? And you see as well in the previous seasons as well, right? After Mane went off and everything, even David Nunes came in, uh, the late Diego Jota, may he rest in peace as well. He played the same role as well. He will drop in back, try to, and then sometimes he's being the pivot through the attacking. But now we're looking at these players like Isak and Etikitike and also Florian Wirtz coming in. So it's a much more narrow attacking. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it works, and most importantly, the transfer, man, is it 150 or 150 million
It's Liverpool pays 125 million pounds
Mm-hmm.
pounds?
because it's
Okay,
important to tell. Some media like to show it in euros, which is a bit
130.
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 125
Mm-hmm.
million pounds. But I think Newcastle didn't pay the royalty fees or whatnot to Isaac. So either that or some way actually, which Newcastle they get an extra, or they regain, or they save an extra 5 million actually. But the best part is it's a flat fee. That means no add-ons, just one shot,
Ah, okay.
Mm.
Hmm.
which is
Okay.
really really good actually. So yeah, that's good
Yeah,
money.
yeah. I mean, now I think we may will be touching this. I mean, now he has to justify the price, right? I mean, British
Yeah.
record transfer, right? The last,
Has
the last, the last I remember the British records transfer was Roy Carroll. I do not know. Maybe after that someone beat him.
Why Carroll? Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll. Roy Carroll, MU,
No,
bro.
actually, last is Enzo, right? From Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah.
The
To
the last record transfer was Enzo, right?
Enzo, yes, 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 yes. No,
Yeah,
no.
Chelsea, and then
I think when they say
Castillo.
British transfer, it's between the British clubs, if I'm not mistaken.
No, no, no. I mean, whichever
Oh, okay,
British
okay,
club
okay.
they buy. Yeah,
okay. So,
Uh-huh.
and of course, yeah. So since we are in the topic of
but I
Liverpool,
sorry, give me just one sec. I think Isak is probably the third or fourth most expensive player in the world. I think now.
Mm,
oh right, okay.
right.
Yeah, I would like to think, man. Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
So,
it's not that is he that young? How old is he? 20.
I think it's 25
Oh,
actually.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So good age, good age.
so I think it's their prime age, lah. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
think. So, so
That's
since we
what
are
I
in the
thought.
top,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, in the topic of Liverpool, right? So they have, I think we have covered some of their names as well, right? So like Florian Wirtz, Eki, Hugo Ekitike, Milos Kerkez,
Mm,
Frimpong, then of course the recent Alexander Isak.
mm.
And of course Liverpool did sign Giovanni Leone,
Mm.
Mamadashvili. If I got his name
Yeah, that's
pronounced
the
correctly.
Goalkeeper,
goalkeeper.
right?
Yeah,
From Valencia.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's Armin Pesky, Freddie Woodman, and Will Wright, right?
Mm.
So these are some of them. And of course, speaking of the those that was transferred out, of course, the first one was, do I dare say it's a cult hero lah, for
Mm.
Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold. And
Kilo,
of course,
he is a legend, a Liverpool legend. So
mm,
I'm sure Liverpool fans don't like hearing him out because he has left and betrayed them. But
mhm,
he is a Liverpool legend.
Mm.
So he left for a better club. That also we need to emphasize. Because why I want to emphasize this, because
mhm,
throughout the whole media, social media thing, you can see the Liverpool fans mocking on Newcastle being a small club, free
mhm.
Isaac and everything. And as though these things has never happened to them, like as though Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the person Liverpool, Michael Owen left
Now we see the frustration where is
Suarez
coming,
left
man.
Liverpool. Wait, let me rewind some more.
Okay.
Luis Suarez left Liverpool, Mascherano left Liverpool, Xabi Alonso left Liverpool, Sterling left
Yep.
Liverpool, Coutinho left
Mhm.
Liverpool, McManaman left Liverpool. Okay, who else? Let's go further. Kevin Keegan and Ian Rush left Liverpool for better clubs. So it's
Yep.
so
Yep.
sad that they forget themselves actually when they come and mock
But
other clubs.
you see, in the name of transfers, right? I think as players, I mean, regardless like cult hero, how they have performed, and being great servants of their respective clubs, right? I think it's fair to say it's the players' right whenever they want to leave.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can correct me if I'm wrong on this as well, lah. But I feel, yeah, they are allowed to leave and play for whichever club they want to go to and play for. So, but again, I mean, fans being fans, lah. Some of them, they would just debate about this. This player has been, with so and so team for all these
Hey,
years. How can they leave? And so all these debates and all, right? So,
Villa
so
season.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
maybe I can touch. Yes, I agree. I think players are free to live. It's a free country, right? But I think why things became a drama or a saga or
Mm-hmm.
something. I think when I think last episodes we touched, right, man, with the agents,
Yep.
with the
Mm-hmm.
players acting up, right, and then
Mm-hmm.
putting stuff in social media and so on. Because for me, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I mean, happy for Isaac because he moved on. Because it will be terrible for him and Newcastle. I think it will be a little bit toxic, having him still in
Yep.
Newcastle and not playing yet. So at least now Newcastle can move on. Eddie Howe could concentrate. Because even though it's not in the team, but you still see him in the training ground, in the cafeterias, and everything, right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a professional footballer, but I've been in a
Mm-hmm.
football, how do I say, squad, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there is people that you like, there is people you don't like, but yeah, in the field, it's easy to be in the field because in the field you can focus, or you can or you can how do I say, separate yourself. Yes, that's the word. Sorry, that separate yourself. Okay, now it's football time, everything. But then the other part, where the life happens, right? Where your cafeteria, where you go in the bus and everything, all the stuff. And then you see this mamat muka macam ni kan. Then especially to the coaches, to the and then maybe they started acting up, they started maybe I do not know about Isak, maybe Isak is a quiet one, but some people are like the loud ones. So even their voice also may annoy people. So that's good. But the only thing I set off
So,
is a different player, Mark Guehi, hopefully pronounce his name right. He behaved really,
gay.
really well.
Yeah.
Professional, man.
Sian,
And
Yep.
too
get
bad.
what he
Yeah,
didn't get what he wanted.
correct.
I
So
mean, the saying is like good guys end up last.
yeah. So it's really sad because if what I understand, he had an agreement during the Community Shield, right? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and he had a
Mm-hmm.
personal agreement terms with Liverpool, and during that time, it's
Mm-hmm.
just Crystal Palace is just need to agree to the
Price.
fees or price, yeah, everything, and it took that
Mm-hmm.
long. And when it took that long, I mean, I don't know. At least for myself, I mean, I will start questioning. Wait, bro, when let's be honest. We will definitely question our employee, right? I
Mm-hmm.
thought you only say only 1 week notice. Now it's getting second week. Now it's getting third week, right? But this guy still came, or still come and perform and still captain the side and winning, man.
One, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Correct.
Mark,
I think that's a kind of player that we're being honest with you. I think a lot of clubs would want these kind
yeah,
of players.
yeah.
I mean, the professionalism, the way they work. I mean, regardless, putting through a transfer notice, whatever, and all that, right? But
he didn't put
if
a transfer notice.
I know,
Mm.
Did not
okay,
put.
so it fell out, right? Sadly, it fell out. What happens to Gay, man? I mean,
Yeah,
considering this fallout,
that's
what would happen
yeah.
in the aftermath? So you were
I mean,
saying,
the Gehi thing is funny because you have to understand Gehi father is a church minister, so
oh,
I
okay,
think very high moral values and
Ah,
standards. Newcastle
okay.
was for him for what 60 to 65 million pounds last season.
mm-hmm,
The chairman didn't want to sell, so this
mm-hmm,
time he was given the green light. But this time the power play was done by the manager, Palace manager
Mm.
Gassner.
Mm.
yep,
So he wanted two defenders in. Crystal Palace got one, and he already agreed personal terms, Gehi,
Correct.
and already did his medical.
Correct. Yes.
And yes,
yep,
everything is
yeah,
done. And
Mm.
he
done.
and they have a farewell video which was leaked later on.
Oh my
Which yeah,
God.
I mean and then Glasner simply said that if you sell him, I'm walking because he has 1 year left in contract. And
Mm-hmm,
the manager is the biggest asset for Palace,
Yeah.
and
mm-hmm,
he was being scouted by Leverkusen too. So
mm-hmm,
there is a lot going on lah, in that background lah.
Yeah.
So but having said that, uh, in 6 months' time or 4 months' time, there's a January transfer window.
Mm.
But Palace will lose money out of it actually. And when he goes out for free, because not necessarily he
Correct.
wants
Correct.
to sign the
Exactly.
there is your
mm-hmm.
Barcelona's and Real Madrid also will come knocking on the door.
Mm.
And another year time, he'll probably be getting a fat paycheck. And even if he goes to Liverpool, it's not necessarily he might be first 11 or so, just because, and he needs to play for England.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep,
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say as well, because now it may or may not impact his England's place as well. Call out, but so I really hope for his sake, man. I mean, like you mentioned, right, Cohen, he's a good guy. I think he deserves the best and everything. I think
Yeah, I want him to get the best man.
correct. Maybe going to Liverpool is not the best, but maybe somewhere else, right?
Never know, might go to MU too.
Yeah,
so
but I understand Glasner's I mean, I try to understand because you need someone before you could sell, right? Because
Yeah.
look, I mean, if Crystal Palace was like fighting or maybe trying to rebuild themselves, then maybe it's a different question. Now look at them. I mean, they are no longer the, I don't know, Pratik Reyes or before that as well, right? they look like a
Mm-hmm.
solid team,
Good, good. They look good.
and how many points been dropped. Even their first three games were hard games, man. Chelsea
Yeah.
and I can't remember the other two, but those,
Unlucky, the Chelsea thing,
yeah,
Chelsea goal.
sorry, come again.
Yeah, the Chelsea, I think they scored, right?
Yeah. And yeah, it was, I agree, it was a little bit unlucky as well. But now let's see. Maybe I don't know. Again, it's a mirror image, right? And now we want Isak to move to Liverpool because of the
Mm-hmm.
situation in the squad. But now Guehi not moving, will there be a aftermath to the squad itself? Maybe he's
Ah,
professional enough to say
yep.
that, like maybe what you are saying, right, Cohen? Okay, maybe this does not work out. I'll wait until January, and then I'll move out. Or maybe, I'm going to run my contract through. I'm going to try to help
Yeah,
Crystal Palace as much as they could, right? And then walk out,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe go to a better club, or go abroad, right? But yeah, there's also a chance that people will not be happy, and that might
Mm-hmm.
be a drawback to the manager's decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
but the manager is their legendary manager who won two things for them. Like I can't remember when's the last. Palace
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
won some FA Cup long time ago or something like that.
yeah,
Where Alan Padro used to be a player, I think.
yeah,
Can't
yeah.
remember when.
Correct.
But so the manager has the biggest say. He is the biggest asset for Palace, actually, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
similarly, like sorry, gone.
Yeah. I mean, no. I totally agree with you, but yeah. Now you know how the players are. We are not being treated like human being and everything. And I hope
Only in football, huh?
I know.
Commodities.
Correct. So some people will say, let go Guehi or everything, right? Release
I
freedom for
mean, like
Guehi. Maybe Jadon Sancho can help, man. Freedom fighter, right?
Now, speaking of Jadon Sancho,
Yo.
yeah.
so okay, so of course there were some, I mean, okay, so as much as United has branded some of these players from the United squad, which are more like the gone squad lah, they call them,
Hmm.
right? So with the like I like, like the Sancho, who else am I missing out? Sancho, the
Anthony,
okay, Anthony and all this, right? So
Garnacho. Yeah.
Ganacho and all has left. So so I mean, okay, it's, if I were to sum up United's transfer window,
Oh, we're going for
if
United
I
first? Okay, all right.
United. So we finished
yeah,
Liverpool.
so
Hey,
yeah, so
Newcastle, we
if
haven't finished that lah.
wait, we
We
will come back to
incoming podcast. No,
okay.
let's go with the flow. Let's go with the flow.
We'll go with the flow. Let's go with it. So okay, so I mean we will touch a bit on the okay, so if you were to say like for Aston Villa, I think, do I dare say if they have strengthened their squad,
Hmm.
considering okay, look, the ins for Aston Villa, obviously Victor Lindelof, that's
Hmm.
a free agent. Free agent, he was without a club. I think in my eyes, I think it's for a squad player, um seasoned Premier League defender. Okay, I think that's all right.
Damn.
Uh, um, then of course the loans that Aston Villa has taken, in the likes of Jadon Sancho, Harvey Elliott as well.
That's good.
So
Good.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I think
Liverpool, right?
to
Yeah.
to sum that up, of course, in the name of speaking professionalism, I think these are good. I'm
On
still
paper.
questioning about Jadon Sancho. So I know, Sharif, we spoke about this separately as well, right?
Yeah.
On the Jadon Sancho situation and all that. I mean, look, big money transfer from Dortmund, and
See,
after that
he's
could not.
with Record too.
I
No,
don't think
I
so.
think he's
Yeah, I don't
less
think so.
than
But
Paul Pogba, yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's slightly less. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, look, speaking of Sancho, look, the guy was a highly rated player, in Borussia Dortmund. Came to join United, could not live up to the expectation, let alone the price tag. And then, of course, with the sacking of Ole Gunnar, then comes Eric Ten Hag, who then, of course, for obvious reasons, whatever was the fiasco that was happening between the player and the manager, goes back to loan
Mm-hmm.
to Borussia Dortmund, and then done goes to the finals. In fact, not even done yet. That season, although he was on loan back to Borussia Dortmund, they actually went to a finals, although they lost, which is fine. Um, and coming back to United again, got exiled and all that. So then, of course, he goes to loan. Where did he go to loan last season? Chelsea, right? He was in Chelsea. Yeah. Then Chelsea comes back, and then now to Aston Villa. So not sure how you want to rate this transfer. I mean, although it's on loan, but look, I'm not going to talk about the numbers. But what's your take on the potential impact for Aston Villa?
For Aston Villa, I don't know. I hope he behave well for Aston Villa, and Unai Emery can I hope he don't create a Xbox squad or something over there in Villa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but I'm glad he's out of the United squad. I mean, but I would be really happy. It is a permanent transfer, and this is where maybe I'm trying to reserve myself self in swearing, because the
Mm-hmm.
initial the initial deal,
Mm-hmm.
guys, maybe some of you know,
Mm-hmm.
the initial deal was to swap the deal between Aston Villa and Man U
Mm-hmm.
to get Emi Martinez, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and this was agreed by both parties, by both Man United,
And
by
then
Mm-hmm.
Aston Villa, by Martinez itself, who is still injured.
yeah, he
Okay,
wants to
who
go
is
to
injured?
you,
Yep.
yeah.
But our Xbox player lah, freedom fighter, couldn't agree to a permanent transfer because apa, bro? Because
Mm-hmm.
Salary.
money,
Money.
money.
So.
So yeah, so
This is the thing. MU are poor sellers. They buy like mahal tapi jual murah, and the wages is just too much.
I got to agree. I think one positive
Mm-hmm.
thing that I could take,
Mm-hmm.
if I could take from Ineos, is that they are not like the like Glazers or the bar CEO, the pub CEO, or Woodward and everything, right? Where they want
Mm-hmm.
players, they try to pay them big and everything, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that what Matt said just now lah. It's not that we pay Borussia Dortmund a big fee. We waited for him after a
Mm-hmm.
year, man, because the first year
After a season,
couldn't
yes.
Yeah.
couldn't happen because couldn't
Mm-hmm.
agree and couldn't agree much the fee and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's the same as well, regarding wage and everything. And then the next season, I think Dortmund had it enough, right? But it's also
Mm-hmm.
speak a volume, right? Because he's a Man City academy, but there is no way
Yep.
Man City was touching him during that transfer, because
Mm-hmm.
everyone was saying, "Oh, Man City is going to tap in and everything, blah blah blah, yada yada yada." But you know who they were
Mm-hmm.
targeting? They were targeting none other than Cristiano Ronaldo during that summer window.
Mm.
Yeah.
Correct.
So maybe I do not know. Maybe I know when we look back, maybe it's easy to say that why Man City did not touch him because knowing his attitude and everything, right? But in
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund, he
Mm-hmm.
did show this type of attitude, Matt Cohen, right?
Yeah, there was problem also in
Correct. He refused to
Mm-hmm.
play. He was a little bit agitated, the way of the tactics
Mm-hmm.
of the managers as well. So I'm kind of surprised why, especially Ole, who really wants Jaden, right? Who really values him, and brought him over, and I do not know. I'm just hoping, there is a karma to this, right? I know, because you see, I understand after he couldn't get a place in England, he had a mental issue, right? And
really.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and Eric Ten Hag sent him to Ajax or something just to calm himself. And Eric Ten Hag, okay, I mean we can say everything to him, but Eric Ten Hag was protecting him. Was telling that
Hmm.
he needs time, he needs blah blah blah, yada yada. He's outside the squad. He will be back when it's ready. And I think he came back on March. He showed a little bit of glimpse, and then that's it. It went tumbling down, and then it's his focus no more on football anymore. It's just making money and everything, right? And of
Mm-hmm.
all what United did for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially, helped him with his mental issue of his he's kind of depressed. He couldn't accept that he couldn't play for what do you call that, for England. I think maybe he felt left out.
Title lah.
Exactly, entitled,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Tak boleh, kawan-kawan semua pergi World Cup, bro. Dia seorang kena tinggal, bro. So so boring, bro. You understand? So then, sorry, sorry, Tis. I got nothing nice to say about this guy, man. I got nothing to nice. I got
Oh God.
I got nothing nice to say about this guy because of all what I mean, your just consider MU is your, like, your employer, right? Of all what
Mm-hmm.
did, at least, do something, right? I mean, people spoke about Marcus Rashford, people spoke about Garnacho as well. We will touch Garnacho as well. They you look their motivation. Okay, it's to play football. It's to try to be there. Yeah, there's also salary. I'm not telling they are, angel, or saint, or the one who want to sacrifice salary. I mean, if we as well, right, we do not want to move a company to get our salary cut. We always want to see a hike in our salary, right? So
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's normal, it's human
Mm-hmm.
being, right? uh but if you could see, his focus is no more football, man. Yeah, I mean, I think he just want an easy ride in Villa. uh uh I
Yeah,
I I
easy. Villa is going to be hard for him.
I don't think so. What can Villa do the worst, man?
I mean, Villa is under a huge squad cost. I mean, this thing called SCR. This is under UEFA.
Mm-hmm.
It's the equivalent of PSR, which is going to be. I think the UK is also going to follow it. It's called a squad cost ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what it
Mm-hmm.
means that your wages, your transfers, and your agent fee, everything, and then you divide that by your football income,
Mm.
and it should be 70%.
Mm.
So Villa has
Oh.
surpassed this actually.
Mm.
So that's why they need to sell players. And the problem with the current PSR and SCR problem is that people are selling their younger players. So Chelsea is like making
Yeah.
Chelsea is the best example of this. Chelsea made 300 million in this transfer window.
Mm.
Made.
Uh, made check fact check that,
Oh.
please fact check that.
Same,
Fact check
Oh,
that.
okay.
same with Liverpool, man.
Oh.
Yeah, same with Liverpool.
Let's see this transfer. Yeah, Chelsea make record sales, so making more than 300 million pound in one summer.
Mm.
So
Oh.
because it's clean profit,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you take youth players and you sell. So that's why, like,
Mm-hmm.
even Newcastle had to sell their youth products. I mean, not really youth, their younger players, Yakubu Minte, and then the youth product, Anderson to Forest,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and Villa the same thing as well with Jacob Ramsey actually. So there
Yep.
is a lot of players going out actually, and you have no choice. You have to sell your younger ones actually to make the difference.
Mm-hmm.
The new rulings which will come in the Premier League as well.
Mm-hmm.
This the Premier League is already testing, but then they are giving 80%. So, but then for if you want to play in Europe, it should be 70%. So, and the problem here is that the Europe one is better because it's about sustainability. That means like how can you sustain
Mm.
your club actually over long term.
Mm-hmm.
But PSR, I mean the excuse is PSR. You don't want another Portsmouth or Leeds. But the problem is
Mm-hmm.
it gives all the top six or the Sky Six. I like to call it the Sky Six because they like them. They give them all the power to buy. I mean, MU, if in reality, the clubs like rich owners like Villa, Newcastle can easily outbid any club spending, but they can't because of PSR rules
Yeah,
actually.
which is fair.
So
Yeah.
you think it's fair?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's fair.
I think it sets because else it will become like Chelsea. We mentioned about Chelsea, right? Else it will become like Chelsea. I don't know what City is doing, but I feel, yeah, you should spend based on your income of your own club rather than income of your owner, right? I think that's
But
what happened.
it's not fair because the income of this legacy clubs people call, the Manchesters and
Okay.
Liverpool, then you will only see them. You will not see any other club coming up and doing well and everything. It's only them only. So it's like there's no, how to say, there is, it's like there's no difference compared to baseball. The problem
Mm.
with baseball is you always have Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. So these two, they're always somehow will be rich, somehow they will get the easy fixtures, everything, all the kemudahan dan kelebihan is always given to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you support them, you automatic menang. So like the problem is it's not no competition actually, and the excuse is they just don't want to for a Portsmouth and Leeds, two outliers, to happen. And
Mm.
I somehow believe that uh you have to understand, the top six wanted to come out of the Premier League,
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Mm,
Okay?
mm,
So there is a reason, there is a monetary reason actually why they
mm.
want to keep it that way.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
that's why I don't think it's fair, especially with club which has money but cannot spend and have to go through the hoops. Villa is suffering for that now actually, because what Villa did was,
Mm.
Villa, they were in Champions League, so they banked in a lot of money. They brought in players, they brought Asensio and all these things. So they thought they would get Champions League to
Correct.
cover up for next season. They didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have to sell. They are
Correct.
stepped down actually.
Mm.
So it's like, one step forward, two step backward kind of situation, which is a pity actually, because I think Villa is a good team, nice to watch under their coach,
Mm.
and they have to settle with players like Jadon Sancho.
Mm. I
Mm.
why I say it's fair is because again I have to say our local football. I think you guys know JDT, right? So they also first been injected with money and everything, but then I think it takes time. It takes time after a couple of years to build up the commercial value. I think that's what the lacking with Aston Villa right now, right? I think if they could build that commercial value, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I do not know, through tours, through museums, to anything, but it will take years. I think it
Yeah,
will
but
get there. I think it will get there, but it will take time.
yeah,
I'm sure during the first 10 years, yes, you're gonna see those top six. But look at Spurs. I think Spurs is coming up there as well. Last time they were not.
Spurs is a London club.
Sorry, come again.
Spurs is a London club,
Ah,
and they
okay,
have
okay.
been doing well for quite some time. You see,
Mm,
the thing is that the it's not fair to say that, it's like, okay, if you want to buy, you want to say the I give you an analogy lah, although all analogies are generally wrong, but just for the sake of understanding dengan cara yang bodoh sikit lah. So if you want to buy a car, you want
mm,
to buy a best car, you'll go after a Merc and BMW. Those are legacy brands actually. So you
mm,
drive, you feel proud and good. But then there is Tesla, which is the newer one, which
mm,
is technology more superior, but they don't have the commercial value and all this. Of course, Tesla is one of the top companies in the world, but I'm talking car to car value. So this is the problem actually. So now what would you go? A
mm,
legacy brand or something which is new? So, and this is like, it's a bit unlucky, because you have to understand, none of us are born in Manchester or Newcastle per se. We just, whatever we see, we like, we watch.
mm,
So uh, so when it comes to global fan base,
mm.
I think MU's fan base will decrease over time. This last 10-15 years will have an effect on all the generation of kids growing up who do not support Manchester United, who rather will be supporting City actually, thinking about it. So it is. I feel that if at all you have rich owners, you have revenue coming in, then
Mm-hmm.
why not? Spend. It's not that Chelsea and City didn't do it actually. Although City
Mm-hmm.
do have their 115 charges, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
surprisingly very long, huh?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
I do
Giving,
believe
giving, giving very
City's.
long.
Yeah, I do believe City has good lawyers now. But but guys, just speaking of fact check, Alexander Isak is the most expensive British transfer. He broke the British record, guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
125
Yep.
million
Yep.
pound.
Yep.
Is
Enzo
he the third
is
in the world?
yeah, he's first. Enzo is third,
Sorry,
102.
the third in the world.
Yeah, Enzo is
Oof.
third. Guess who is number two?
Sancho.
Florian Wirtz.
Oh,
Florian
yeah,
Wirtz.
Words,
yeah.
okay,
Mm.
yeah. So so
So they
so
basically broke two.
correct. Yeah,
Two records.
for me, it's a big. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Liverpool need to deliver, man. I mean, let's see how. So, yeah,
I
Sancho is
I
not
want
in the
to
list.
I
Anthony is
want
in the
Ah,
to
list. Anthony is in the list, bro.
ah.
Top
Yeah, yeah,
10.
yeah. He's in the list.
but
Definitely, he's definitely in the list.
Sharif,
So.
I want to add to that
Hmm,
actually. So now Liverpool fans should be very happy that they have everything they want. So we have to do a public service to tell that Every time they play a game, we should all kacau them, give them pressure, kalah sikit, kena apa? You have to eject them and all these things all. And there's no way Alexander Isak have to settle down in the team and all these things
I
all.
agree.
He
I
is
agree. I totally agree. I totally
yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah.
I totally
We
agree.
expect him to score a hat trick in the next game.
Yeah, I'm expecting. Sorry, I'm expecting Florian Wirtz or Weeds or whatever his name is. Where is he?
Mhm.
Chance creation. Where is his assist? I mean, Liverpool
Mm.
fans were saying that, oh, we got the best player, young player in the world, better than Jamal Musiala and everything. But yeah,
Jamal,
I think, yeah, what the media is focusing is on the 200 million that Man United bought, what this
no.
club bought and everything, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Because
Yep. Yep.
we have to keep in mind what Jurgen Klopp said, that they cannot compete with the likes of City and Newcastle. They're like
Yeah. That.
club yang
And that.
sederhana. You know what I mean? You know?
And
oh
So,
strangely, right? Despite his statement, fast forward how many seasons later, look at how they have splashed. So
yeah.
it's a
yeah.
big
You know
question mark,
what? One Liverpool fan told me, dia orang berjimat cermat in the previous season, so they can spend the money in this season.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not heard anyone using all the 16 nilai-nilai moral to describe the transfer event is just when. I mean, they spent almost like what 470,
500 million.
500,
Yeah.
half a
But
billion.
they make money as well. Because I think this is what I was also kind of mad. I mean, they could sell,
Mhm.
I do not know, Jared or Jerome Konsa, man, for 40 million, man. Konsa.
That's
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
But now every player is a minimum 30, 40
Okay.
in that age group.
But you couldn't sell, MU couldn't sell Shaw. MU couldn't sell
Could
Garnacho.
not.
Garnacho is same price with that.
Correct.
Try.
40, right?
Yeah,
That
40.
was what, 40?
I think they're following the age bracket and the ceiling of how we can go. So 40 is like standard now.
But let's compare Kwanzaa, who is injury prone, and
Mm.
Alejandro Garnacho, who is what, 19 years old?
But
Correct.
Garnacho also has I mean, he's been attitude problem, leaking lineup for fantasy
Yep.
players. And I
I
mean, that is so that's why his price is not so high. Actually.
okay, now since you are still in the topic of transfers, I actually a little bit disappointed with how MU handled Garnacho, right? Yeah, I you see, I'm not siding Garnacho, and I'm not saying that wrong and Ruben Amorim, but it's really hard, guys. It's really hard. Again, I'm not a professional player. It's really hard if you play a string of matches. You were the game changer, the vital in the Europa squad. Come final, you don't play, right?
Mhm.
And the one who replace you, it's not delivering also as good as or you could see that the one who's playing
Who
you or
replaced?
replace you is nowhere better than you. And
Who replaced?
Mhm.
Mason Mount.
Mason
Okay.
Mount.
Mason Mount.
So he started Mason Mount
Yeah, he
instead.
started
Yeah.
Mason Mount instead of him, and only brought him on 20 minutes, which is like what, 70 almost 70 minutes, where
Yep.
where you could see the game. I mean, okay, maybe for a certain big players they could change game, but for him, with all the emotions that going in and everything, right? And it does not help. I think every media he tried to answer very professional, but then the Argentinian media trigger dia lah, apikan lah.
Argentinians are professional.
Yes,
Shit
exactly.
player.
And again, I think it lost to the translation. I mean, if again, I'm telling again, if people ask, if our employees say, hey, why you never follow the lawatan? You go ask my boss lah. Correct not? Betul tak? I'm giving analogy, bro. Why you tak kena promoted lah? You go ask my boss lah. Right?
I like that answer too.
Exactly. That's what he literally said,
Answer,
Cohen. That's my
yeah,
point. Do you guys agree?
answer
That's
to
what he literally said. Don't ask me. Go
Yeah,
ask the
yeah.
manager. And then he tambah a bit garam masala lah. He said, I'm the one who played the Europa League and everything. Maybe he got lebih amped up, right? Or maybe the media asked, oh, why do you think you didn't play? Something like that. But yeah, to drop him off, or at least I feel, I mean with all compared, again, I'm not tarnishing, compared to Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo deserves stuff. Marcus Rashford, right? And Paul Pogba, right? All those people got
Mm-hmm.
fined, got suspension internally, everything. But this guy got, okay, now you're out of my squad. You don't play
move
for
to
everything, because
but
mm, I
go
don't
on,
know.
go on. Sorry.
No, because for me, I agree. I agree. I agree. He shows a little bit of attitude. Feel that he, but these are the
You rate
flat.
him lah. Basically, you rate him lah.
I do feel he has a potential. And coming
No,
he,
he presses well. He's hardworking.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, he
yeah,
makes you
exactly.
respect
And,
a lot.
and, and he adapt to the change. He's playing in a position that is not playing exactly, Cohen. He's playing to a position that is not used to play, and
But left inside forward, right?
correct, correct. And you see he's celebrating himself with the academy, no with the idea of he's the part of the academy, the bond that he has with Ahmad and Mainu.
Mm-hmm.
You really look a glimpse of the 92, no, right? And I agree. Beckham also did how many mistakes, spoke the wrong words, right? But
Mm-hmm.
never been forced to leave, man. I'm just comparing what he said. I mean, yes, he can be fine and everything, but I think it's a little bit brutal. Yeah, I think it's a little
He's
bit
an MU
brutal.
youth player.
Come again?
He's an MU youth player,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's a MU youth player.
Remind yourself,
Yep. Yep.
because that is 40 million of clean profit
Yeah,
in
but
PSL
Yeah.
rules.
but too cheap,
Yeah.
too cheap. I mean, he would, for me, he would more, and he's
Mm-hmm.
young. He's
Number.
he's also an international player, right? I, uh,
What's
I
your number?
I
How
don't
much
know.
you
I
give
don't
him?
know. Yeah. Out of the five players that should be sell, I did not agree to sell Garnacho. But I wish him all the best luck. But the aftermath, I didn't like the way he want to go
The
to
way he
Chelsea
left. Yeah.
only. Yeah, the way he left, and then he start wearing Rashford jerseys and everything. Right? He became budak-budak lah.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old.
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
so
SPM pun
forget.
tak ada, right? So you understand lah how he behave, right?
What happens is we have gone older and the players keep on getting younger and younger. But then we think like
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
when,
right, yeah.
when we were small kids, right?
Hmm.
You see Alan Shearer. You
Exactly,
see
exactly, Kuhan,
you
exactly.
see Nesta, you see
Correct.
all these players. They are all
Yunis, yeah,
way older than us actually. So you like you
yeah,
have something.
exactly,
You cannot
exactly.
see the players now at that level. You just have to see them as budak kecil, budak mentah is
Correct,
playing football nice. That's it.
correct.
We
Mm-hmm.
have
And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
defending. I'm not saying what he did was right. What I'm saying, what he did was natural for a 19-year-old player. Maybe being
Yep.
being triggered by the Argentinian media. And like I
yep,
say,
yep.
people ask you, hey, why you play only 20 minutes? Go ask my boss lah. Right? Go ask my boss. Why ask me? Right? And,
But I think overall, like in the longest time, if you want to say someone current players which I admire in football,
Mm.
it's Mark Gehi lah. I think
Yeah.
he overwhelmingly everyone will admire. He got the adoration of all of us. I think the fans of Crystal Palace for sure, and people who like how can you can go on with that. Okay, I want to stop with the Gehi part. That's it. So we can go further.
Yeah, but
But
No.
anyway, I want to ask you guys a question actually.
mm,
Ah.
So my opinion was MU is weaker. Before I come to the question, MU is weaker because they didn't have a senior goalkeeper and they didn't get the midfield which was available, which I think was available, which was Conor Gallagher. So for me now, MU is considerably weaker now actually with these two problems. So what do you think was happening behind who they wanted? I think Conor Gallagher was a target. I don't know why that one didn't happen. and Emi Martinez as well. So let's talk about MU as a team now. How do you rate them?
Maybe Matt, you want to go first?
If you ask me this, okay, I would I wouldn't dare say it's a one of the best transfer seasons
Mm.
for United. I wouldn't say it's all that bad. As
They did
a
well
bit
in
of
the first in the beginning.
yeah. So yeah, exactly. So in the beginning, so from the beginning of the transfer window for United, I think it was. I think look, I think it was a marvelous signing. Cunha,
Mm.
um, Mbeumo, right? And of course, before that, we are always forgetting Diego Leon, right? I mean, look, he's for the future, okay? Young boy and all whatnot, left back and all. Give the boy time. He's definitely going to be exceptional, I would like to think, right? Looking at how he plays on the left back, left wing back, all that stuff. But why I'm still a bit reserved on calling this season a good transfer season, yes, you're right. The Conor Gallagher, I'm not sure
It's
what
on.
happened.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
on.
So
Yeah.
but not very long. Not very long. It was just sudden bomb that dropped. But of course,
Immediate
the
midfield.
longest saga that was going on was the Carlos Baleba from Brighton.
That
I think
one
he
would
would have
be.
been a marvelous signing,
Correct.
right? So if we were talking about addressing the
He's too
midfield,
young.
I can
He's too
what's
young.
it?
Yeah,
No, but that's fine.
but
But the
he's
guys,
matured.
I mean,
Same also to Casado as well. But look at him in
exactly.
look at him now in
No, but
Chelsea.
I think we like Casado in okay, Casado in
Yeah.
from
So
Brighton, but he
yes,
did. I think he did well for Chelsea overall, but I don't know whether it's the same quality or not.
I still consider it as moments lah.
Yeah.
Only certain moments in their games, right? So coming back to your question, so was the okay, if I were to emphasize the central midfield area being the attacking and the defending, right, the holding area still needs to be addressed. Okay,
Yeah.
am I saying that Amorim cannot integrate with who he has at the moment, with the likes
No,
of
but
Kobe Maino, with Ugarte, Casemiro,
they don't
and
have the
obviously
legs.
Bruno
They
Fernandes,
don't have
right?
the legs.
I agree. I agree with that. So that's why this is where I
Engine
still
room.
lean on not entirely the best transfer, but
Yeah,
I can't even say it's too good as well.
I mean attacking
Yes,
wise was superb, I think.
exactly.
But
Okay, I'm fine with the attacking. So that's why with Embomo, with Cunha,
Cunha,
with Mateus Cunha. Okay, of course, Sesko. I'm
Cisco,
not
wait
gonna
and see
touch.
lah.
Again, yeah. So, but still, I feel. I mean, regardless on look the first three games, right? Yeah, give the boy time, right? However, the question is, was it addressed? I agree, it was addressed, right? The area that needs strengthening, yes, but where I'm still leaning on, I could have done a bit better, I still feel is um the midfield area. I think if United um close the deal with Baliba, because we got the agreement from the player,
I mean that
but
is the easy part.
that's normal lah, normal, right? So, and same goes for the goalkeeping department as well, right? So the goalkeeping department, yeah, Sharif covered this part a bit just now, that it fell off because of
Yeah,
the Jadon Sancho thing and all the swap deal and all that stuff. So once again, the player agreed apparently, but it fell out, right? So to answer you, I'm not saying I'm in between. I'm still in between. But again, what you mentioned just now, we have the mid-season transfer window. So will United get either Conor Gallagher or Carlos Baleba? We don't know. And in
or
the name of
goalkeeper, senior
pricing, we don't.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, so speaking of, I mean, of course, that's just my thoughts. I don't know about Sharif. I don't know
Uh,
about Sharif's opinion.
yeah.
Or, yeah,
Yeah.
you tell us,
I
man.
I I I agree with you, Matt. But to call a weaker signing, again, I'm not speaking through a fan, but as a football right fan, I think it's a massive improvement. I believe it's a massive improvement. I think why is it a massive improvement? Because clearly the players that we had last season are players from Eric Ten Hag, right? And they couldn't
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
play 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 if they want to as well, right? So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
there's a lot of personalities and everything and so on and so forth. I believe that the target was to get a midfielder, but after the Grimsby game, I think everyone can agree we need a goalkeeper. I agree
Mm.
it's not a senior goalkeeper. I agree it's not a
No, it
one-on-one
has to be a
replacement or anything, right? But
it has to be a senior goalkeeper.
c-
There is no way you're bringing some kid from Belgium
Correct.
and
So on
have
you see
to,
on that note, right? Okay, look, there's lots of stats going out. I mean, it was signed clearly based on. I would like to think based on data, right?
mm,
So, I mean, putting the leagues that I mean, if you're I think there was some sources. He was compared like from all those elite goalkeepers from their respective clubs in their leagues,
Mhm.
right? So of course, Sunny Lamont, something like that, lah. His name, right? I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrongly, right?
Siemens.
Our new goalkeeper. I'll just call him our new goalkeeper until I figure out how to pronounce his name. Yeah. So my apologies on that. However, but if you ask me if it's an area that needs to be addressed, yes. Is Sunny Lamont gonna start? No. I I don't know. Just in my opinion, I don't think I would be seeing him feature for the next couple of months. I
Yeah.
don't know,
yeah,
but I could.
maybe
But
matches.
you know, I could be. But I could be surprised. He might drop. Amory might just drop a surprise. Is that hey, he's starting. He's starting Lamont, right? I'll be like, okay, that's good, right? But look, it's a new league. You sign a keeper based on stats comparison to all the elite keepers. And when I'm talking about elite keepers,
Yeah.
I'm talking, yeah, I know. Again, yes, I agree.
Mm.
It's probably unfair, right? He's got some very good save rates, penalty saves, and all that stuff, shot stopping, all that, right? You can compare up to you. I mean, data will definitely do that, right? But ultimately, is he an area that United needs to address in the team? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Is it the type of keeper are we looking for? To be advised.
I agree.
Mm.
So only
It's too early. It's too early. Yeah.
until
Yeah.
when he starts getting more game time, right? I mean, I'm speaking of myself. Even look, man. Even I play. Okay, look, for those viewers who are tuning in case you don't know, I am a goalkeeper myself,
Woohoo.
and I'm gonna play in a new team, and I'm gonna play in a new team that I don't know my teammates, let alone the league or the area location, wherever, right? It's everything is new, right? I will take time to adapt, definitely. As a keeper, I am going to take time to adapt, right? Same goes to every other department across the pitch. So we'll see. But in my eyes, I'm happy. At least we signed a keeper because look who. It's like I categorize United's current goalkeeping department as the best among the worst.
Okay.
That's how
Wow.
I put it. It's the best among the worst,
I
right?
mean,
So
I, I,
yeah,
I want to ask, I just want to add to that. For me, from what I see, if MU would have got that midfielder and they would have got a senior goalkeeper, Donnarumma, for example, which was available by the way, I think MU
is
would be
well, he's
serious.
gone to
I mean,
City lah. So yeah,
MU will be a serious contender this time. I mean, not contender, title contender or not. They will be a serious team. I mean, they are a serious team. They will be doing far better compared to last season. I think. So now I
uh,
think these are
Let
clear weakness in my
let
opinion.
let me tell you why we did not get Donnarumma. Clearly, his wage. The wage he's asking is too
wages.
high, right? And and
Yep,
and
Yeah.
yep.
and and, and it's not what they call that the capacity or the cap that the Ineos is operating, right? I think they clearly for the current season, because due to Champions League and also due to the what you mentioned just now, right, Cohen, regarding the
The current.
PSR and so on and everything. So they try to limit that, and they do not want to make a same mistake. But
Then they
uh,
should have Ramsdale.
uh,
Ramsdale was available.
again, I think again, I I I I I think it's a good. I would not say a good buy, but I think it will be better to be Martinez. But if we are going for a different keeper, then maybe this goalkeeper, because they've been looking through him quite a while actually. So I'm
Mm.
sure they have scouted him everything. But again, for me, I'm not questioning on his abilities, but I think will he be ready to play for United? Because
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not now. Maybe not
I
now.
think the pressure, the media exposure, and
Yeah,
and
Yep.
and,
yeah.
Yep.
and, and I was seeing the Man United app, Matthew, interview being done to him and everything. I mean, wow, this is a young boy from Belgium, right?
Well, in
23.
my
Correct.
opinion, there's only one De Gea who can do that. Actually, became
Yeah,
really
yeah,
young.
and yeah,
It's not easy footstep to follow.
correct. And
I
speaking about
correct.
goalkeepers, I just did a Gemini search, right? And my prompt is provide top five goalkeepers who had the worst stats where errors made them lead to dangerous chances for opposition and leads to goal,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? In Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is from Ipswich Town. I think based from last season. I clearly, right? Guess where Andre Odana is?
Oh, I'll put him at number one, man.
What
No,
where?
Ipswich Town is
What?
number one. The keeper from Ipswich Town is number one.
He's there
Ari
already.
Hane Muric. So yeah,
Muric.
Hmm.
he's number one. So Gemini said it's famous blunder, back pass, into his own net,
Mm-hmm.
even pass into his own net. So
Where? Yeah,
come again. Where you think Onana is?
yeah, where is it? I don't know. I don't think it's in the list.
So top five. Where you think which number he is?
He confirm ada lah dalam tu.
You confirm ada
He's
dalam
in
tu.
there, but
What
Number lima
number?
lah.
number
Number lima.
number three.
Number three, Matt. You're absolutely spot on.
Oh.
And
Who's the other three?
okay, so let me say number four and number five. I think it's a I'm really surprised. Brighton goalkeeper Bat Verbruggen.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
it seems he do fair share a good save, but it also costs number of errors for Brighton as well. And that's why I think maybe you see we saw, right, Brighton were not that high up at the end of
Mm-hmm.
last season, right? The way they played and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I think they were what, number 10 or number 11 or something.
Yeah, not well, and then they're forming.
Yeah. And then
I don't think it's because of the goalkeeping error, though. I think it's generally their team
yeah,
follows.
but yeah, based on and then Wesley Fotheringham is Sheffield United. So we have
Hmm.
Andre Onana number 3. Guess who beat Andre Onana for the worst keeper in Premier League?
Ooh.
It's from the
Alisson.
top 4, eh? It's from the top 4
Alisson.
team.
Alison Becker.
No.
No lah.
This one memang
That one too much lah.
that one maybe number 6
I
lah.
mean, I have seen Alison making mistakes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But Alison, I would be surprised though.
No,
Oh. Kepa.
no, it's Robert
Kepa
Sanchez,
Arisa
man.
Bala.
Oh,
Robert
Chelsea.
Sanchez.
Roberts. Ooh, Chelsea's keeper.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
And this is a point, man.
Okay.
This is point when we were discussing about keeper. I think when you play for Man United, right? Your
Spotlight.
the spotlight, your everything that you do will get magnified or everything, right? But yeah, Andre Onana need to go lah. I mean, after the Grimsby
Yep.
Grimsby game, I think I will
He has to
settle
go
for any goalkeeper. But I think, yeah, if you're not going for a first or maybe a senior keeper, then go for a keeper that
He's
has the
okay lah.
potential, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
they got this guy. I think let's hope for the future.
Yeah.
So, what else transfers we have to talk? Yoran tak tanya ke pasal Newcastle?
Nah. Yeah. Okay. So speaking about Jacob Ramsey being transferred to Newcastle, right?
Hmm.
In your view lah, Kuhan, the impact that you think he could bring to the team?
I don't know.
Because you see, Jacob Ramsey, there's Ioane Wissa.
the new number 9 and
Yes,
Newcastle 9.
correct.
I'm
I
super
think
excited about that.
I second that
Yeah.
as well, Kuhan. I think
I like
Yone
Visa going.
Wisa,
Yeah, I like Visa going
yeah, yeah,
Newcastle. Yeah.
yeah. I think it's a brilliant move lah. That's a good transfer there. So,
That's
but
transfer them. Yeah.
yeah, so for Jacob Ramsey, what's your opinion on his
I
transfer
I
in?
I mean, like in the last pod, I said that he's good in playing in between the lines
Mm-hmm.
where to break down this low block team. So I mean, I want to
Yep.
see that happens. But I think overall, if when I think about the transfers Newcastle did, actually, it's
Mm-hmm.
quite decent actually. After some time, we did
Mm-hmm.
quite well, I think, to have squad depth. So that's the basic minimum we need if you want to compete in Europe and all other cups.
Mm-hmm.
You need squad depth. So that's my take lah. But I'm very very excited for um, Johan Wissa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to get a birthday gift for my wife, and she asked me what's the number.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, between 33 and 9. So, so 33
All right.
because of Dan Burn, Newcastle United legend, and
Mm-hmm.
9 because of Newcastle always have great number nines
Mm-hmm.
actually. And Visa's interview was amazing because Papi
Mm-hmm.
Cisse gave him a call
Mm-hmm.
actually
Ah,
during
okay.
it's like a promo thing like that, and then he called and spoke
Mm-hmm.
to Visa, and that was incredible. I mean, it was
Mm-hmm.
nice. So I really really hope that I think Visa will be starting the next game for sure.
That's
Are
something I'm
you?
looking forward to as well, man.
Maybe I gotta ask. Are you nervous, or do you feel Isak loss will be a great loss for Newcastle
No,
for the
I
goals?
think I'm very confident that we will be better without Isak because
I
I think yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a loss actually. I
Okay.
think it's I
I
think it's
I like what you said lah, Kuhan. Take and go lah.
Take it.
take Isa and go.
yeah, because there's no point talking about Isa now. I mean, he's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a bad breakup, and
Mm.
then
Mm-hmm.
after a
Yep.
breakup, you always ask what's next. So now
Mm-hmm.
Visa is the next.
Mm-hmm.
So proven goal scorer, and let's see how he
Yep.
does in a Newcastle team which can create more
Mm-hmm.
chances for him. I want to
Exactly.
add one more thing actually. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think the time is going up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Despite all
Yep.
this, do you
Mm-hmm.
know Nottingham Forest? Do you know how many players they signed? They have signed 13 new players. Four of
Ooh,
them
that's a whole
are
first 11,
from
man.
so under the radar. Four of them are from Botafogo, a club which I like because that was the first stadium I saw when I was in Rio. I was sitting just nearby the stadium, and I was very excited about that club because at that
Mm-hmm.
time, Clarence Seedorf was playing there. A European player
Mm.
was playing in the Brazilian league. I was not so aware there are many people, but I think he
Mm-hmm.
was probably one of the
Mm-hmm.
first one. So
Mm-hmm.
they bought four players from the club, and I think these players played in the World Club football. I think Botafogo played
Oh,
for that.
okay.
And interesting signing. They got Zinchenko for a loan. They got
Mm-hmm.
Douglas Luiz also from a loan
Mm-hmm.
from Juventus.
Mm-hmm.
They got James McAtee as well, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They did quite well actually. We have to see now. We have to see whether what is this? The manager. Um,
Yeah, there's a
no,
manager situation there now.
yeah.
So
So
yeah, so
hopefully they get it, and it will be nice to see Nottingham Forest, who
mm-hmm.
I think is Nottingham Forest was bigger than MU before a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was
Mm-hmm.
1960 something under what is name?
So after George Best, not
No,
MU
no, no, no.
or
Before George
what-
Best. Before George Best.
so
Mm.
Nottingham Forest, the true legacy club. I think they won two Champions
Two
League. I think, if
Champions
I'm not
League. Yeah.
mistaken. So it's nice. Okay, now
Brian. I forgot his name.
Claw,
Huh?
Brian Claw,
Brian Claw. Yeah. I watched the
Brian Clough,
I watched the
yeah.
movie, man. I mean, it was really
and
fantastic.
United.
Yes.
Oh, that's super. And the bad people were what, Leeds, right? The Leeds United
Yeah,
was
yeah,
that.
yeah. Leeds was the bad people. Lah.
Leeds also was a big legacy team.
Yeah, I know, I know.
So
And that time MU was not that big as well. Then came
that
George Best.
that is why I'm saying PSR is not fair because the legacy team we are terming now is just the
Mm-hmm.
Baru. last 10, 20 years. You go back
Mm-hmm.
behind,
Mm.
it's always there.
Mm-hmm.
Villa was a big team as well.
Yeah.
I think Villa also won
Mm-hmm.
Champions League, right?
Uh, not Champions League. Europe Cup or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure, you can check
You
that.
sure? Because okay,
While waiting for the closure topic, Matt.
yeah, Aston Villa
Uh,
are one of the 6 clubs from England to have won the European Cup in 1982, beating Bayern Munich
yeah,
to go
European
for the.
club, not Champions League. Champions League is 1992, yeah.
No, 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 no. I mean,
Yeah, I know, I know.
yeah,
I know, I'm just
this is
playing. I'm just
terrible
playing.
argument.
Hey,
So
even
so
Sir Alex won with Aberdeen, right? That's why I always argue.
I
I always
So,
argue. Do not.
but the European
yep.
Cup was not the same where Ferguson won.
Huh? What?
I think Ferguson won was it the same or not?
Yeah, last time they don't call it the
Yeah.
Champions League. They call it the European Club. He beat Real Madrid.
Yes. Yep.
That's why
With Aberdeen, huh?
that's why I argue. People always say, "Oh, Ferguson also came during when Ten Hag came and even Amorim came." I mean, yeah, no.
No, they won the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. That's that's the equivalent to Europa Cup now.
Last
The
time did they have a
European
Europa
Cup,
Cup? Yeah.
yes, no, no, not Europa. They call Cup Winners' Cup.
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
Chelsea
the
is.
European Cup Winners' Cup. Yeah.
Mm.
If you win the FA Cup, then you play this cup. So the European Cup is the equivalent of the Champions League. The Cup Winners' Cup is the equivalent of Europa.
Oh,
Conference is the
okay.
newer one.
But he
Mm.
won a
So
European title lah. Okay.
he won a
With
No,
European
but
Cup.
Aberdeen lah. With Aberdeen.
Villa
Man.
won. Villa won a Champions League.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. So of course, so for those tuning in, we thank you for staying with us, and of course, look, we've covered to the best we can on the transfers and the deadline transfer sagas,
The
and
PSR.
but of course, but of course, if you have any opinions, any comments that you like to share, drop it down low, and share us your thoughts as well. Yeah. So of course, moving on from the deadline transfer. So just to cover a little bit in respects of time as well. So just to cover a little bit, right? So um, a bit on going back a bit to the Premier League, right? The back-to-back defeats for Manchester City,
Mhm.
where I'm not sure how much has been covered because I noticed it's quite silent, you know.
Yeah, of
It's been
course.
very silent.
It's Man
No,
City.
no media coverage. It's Man City, right? Yeah.
It's Maggie Me Club.
So
Instincts lah.
but again, it's quite shocking, right? Like, when I mean, of course, I noticed the first goal, like, oh, Erling Haaland scored, like, oh wow, okay, he scored and all that stuff. Hey, the next thing I look at the result, it's like, come back, man, 2-1 against Brighton. So your thoughts, man? I mean, so the question remains, right? What's going on at City? 1, 2 is, of course, the next game on game week 4, it's the Manchester derby. Yeah, so it's tricky. It's exactly. So I mean, again, as much as I want to be confident about it, right? But hey, what do you all think, man? I mean, what's the sudden, fumble, man, from City back to back?
They don't have senior players. They don't have senior big winners like Gundogan moved, Kyle Walker moved, Gundogan. So
Okay, so Gundogan has left.
Kevin as well.
Yeah, I think Kevin De Bruyne has left.
Anderson.
Edison has left. But
So I think the next year is Haaland now.
So okay,
and
they
Phil
did bring
Foden,
in
I will say.
And Rodri.
Rodri, yeah.
without so clearly,
I think that's the real piece. City struggle without Rodri, and Rodri is the yeah, but after just came back after what 1 year and a half injury, right? So
exactly.
At the end of last season also.
Yeah.
And also in the club.
How much can what's the impact?
I think it's still there. I would prefer maybe him and maybe Ryan Diaz, because when he played, I think Ryan Diaz played a little bit down a bit. But I think yes, City is going through a transition period. I would say, right. Pep is trying to build up new stuff, and I think this is the last how they will
Yeah.
Last
build
dance.
yeah with City. I don't know. I'm, I think it will be a purple patch just over there, but I think let's see how with this with the Manchester derby.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose with the Manchester derby, I think that's going to call
That's
bells and whistles and everything, right? Because I just feel that okay, with the Spurs game, they were also a bit unlucky, and with the Brighton
Mm-hmm.
game, I think Trafford made a mistake again, right? So
Mm-hmm.
problem.
so I think
And
now
Donnarumma is going to solve that problem. Huh?
correct.
Donnarumma,
So yeah.
Yep. Yep.
he is afraid of crosses
Exactly,
currently.
exactly. So now
Mm.
people could see, right? And I think during the weekend game and now football are becoming people are scoring due to clubs or teams trying to play from the back, right? And and this
Mm-hmm.
caused a lot of silly goals, a lot of I will say Onana goals or stuff like that, right? But you could see it's not a Man United problem because I don't see people saying that Trafford is a bad keeper after doing that, right?
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
but
He's a good
but
championship keeper, though.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
and City's fixtures and just looking at their fixtures as well is looking quite tough as well because they have Man United. Okay, perhaps I do not know whether do they feel tough or not, right? And then they have Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
and they are playing it in Emirates and I do feel Arsenal going to win this, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps later on they will
Mm-hmm.
have Burnley, so maybe Burnley will be like a game like MU with Burnley. Maybe they will try
Yep.
to win and then try to instill a new belief and everything. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's also a tough fixtures for them as well. But yeah, I'm just feeling it's not a crisis or it's not something because I think this is always we see during the Pep game. Right? Even they were not playing that well as well when they won the treble. They were not
Mm-hmm.
there. They were not there. I think you know Liverpool
Mhm.
was there number one, and then they slowly came in, and then people said they might fumble and everything. Even in Champions League as well,
Mm-hmm.
they were not as extravagant compared to
Mm-hmm.
the previous season.
Mm-hmm.
But when they actually win, is when where you see this type of games, you know, or certain patches in. But
Mm-hmm.
I still believe it's down to
So you
Rodri.
still believe in City, huh?
No. I still I didn't say that. I still
It's got
believe
that feeling.
I still believe it's the Rodri part lah. It's the Rodri part. I mean the
Mm-hmm.
nucleus or the team was the team is built around Rodri and you could
Rodri.
see he was trying. I mean Pep was trying to bring the Kyle Walker or the right back left back into the DM
Converted
position.
winger,
Couldn't work.
converted.
Tried to play John Stone. Couldn't work. But I know now
Mm-hmm.
Johnstone.
Rodri is back, but it all depends on Rodri's fitness. If he could hit,
Yep.
and I think it's also a blessing as well that we have a 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. 1 week next week. Yeah,
1 week.
one
One
week.
week.
Okay, 1 week.
This week and this week and
Okay, 1 week international break. I think it gives Rodri time to come in into the pace of the game and everything because I saw the highlights. He is still lacking certain minutes or you know and I think yeah maybe with City I believe Pep is building up for the City game sorry for the United game, yeah, for the United game,
Mm-hmm.
so Rodri could be there maybe doing something that maybe you know trying to break up links between or maybe closing down Bruno or maybe break up links between Cunha and Mbeumo as well. But yeah, that's my take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. 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 Yeah, that's I mean, well, of course, as fans, of course, they are like happy, yes lah,
Yeah.
City lost back to back,
Yeah, yeah.
we're gonna
I'm
go
happy.
back,
I'm happy.
United is gonna, yeah, and United is gonna, and then of course the upcoming game is a Manchester derby,
Yep.
right, and playing
Yep.
in Old Trafford. I think they're playing at
Are we
can't
not going
recall.
to talk about how MU celebrated for Burnley? You
Very
guys
okay.
are avoiding it so well.
No, okay.
Well,
So
mm,
I've
I
never
am
seen a celebration of such for a Premier League game in so early on in the season. Is
okay.
amazing, actually.
I have mixed review on that.
yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
Okay, why? Because okay, in a summary, right? Yes, okay. It's only Burnley lah,
Mm,
But
and
it's
the
a
way
major
they
defeat,
celebrate. Yeah, I know Burnley only, and why you celebrate, this and that a bit over the top, celebrations and all that stuff, and of course getting the last, the injury time penalty and all that. Well, of course, heart almost stopped there because Bruno Fernandes took the penalty. But I
mm.
mean, kudos to him,
Yeah,
scored,
yeah,
and
yeah.
But
I'm
again, I didn't like the body language lah. The way he menganjing the goalkeeper and the players. Did you see that one?
yeah. I noticed that as well.
Yeah, yeah,
But again,
but he was being triggered, man. Yeah, I got to say, this time Bruno did well. In
yep.
coping, in being professionalism and have the big cojones, that the Spanish say, right? Big balls to take the penalty, and you could
Yeah,
see the
and to
relief
redeem
on
him.
the relief on his
Oh
face.
yes,
Yes.
I
But
was
to be
going to.
fair,
I was
this is not the Champions League finals for him.
okay. So
Ah,
okay. So to
Burnley,
okay,
Burnley.
bang.
I know,
Okay,
I
So
know.
so
I don't.
okay, fine.
I can take penalty against
but
Burnley. I think. I mean, come
okay,
on.
but in you see, but in United's defense as well, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, you talk about a few other games across Europe, Barcelona played against a newly promoted side,
So that
Levante.
side was good.
Okay, comeback win, by Barcelona.
Mm.
Yeah.
They used to
and
celebrate
and
it.
that and that game ended up in the and they do okay, not only the celebration, the fight after that.
Mm,
I think there was some,
mm,
it was quite intense. And why no one talks about that?
mm,
Because it's Man United.
mm.
Oh,
No,
semua
because
mau
it's
hantam
because of
United ni.
us. It's because of us. It's not
so
because
that is
we
why. So that is
so
so on.
that's why.
So again, on that note, I feel fine. Okay, celebrations slightly over the top lah. Okay, fine.
Slightly,
But I think, but
this is
in
understandable.
from a player standpoint, I think it's a relief,
Mm,
Yeah, that's
considering after breaking a record in the midweek
mm,
against
true.
Grimsby Town, and to play against Burnley now. Of course, yeah. Of course, it's two different teams. But I think in the name of redeeming themselves, I
mm.
think it was good lah. I'm fine with that celebration. I mean, but although I agree, slightly over the top. Other pundits were talking about like it's only Burnley and all this and that.
Yeah.
But still, the debate goes back by saying, aren't players allowed to celebrate? Klopp, I mean, okay, I'm talking about, okay, yes, Liverpool and Everton, Merseyside derby,
Mm.
back
Yeah, no one
during
cares
Klopp's
about
days.
it, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah,
and Liverpool won that game, and how did they celebrate? They celebrated like they won the cup,
Yeah.
right? But
Arsenal
again,
as
the
well.
press conference was a whole different thing. So
Mm.
why doesn't
Arsenal with Spurs.
the media talk about that?
Mm.
So that's why I still feel like, okay, yes, I can agree that it's a bit over the top, but
it's not a bit.
again,
It is over the top for Burnley.
yeah, but
Keep it
why?
that way.
Yeah, but
It was a
but
relief.
aren't they allowed to okay, as a player, aren't they allowed to
Yeah,
celebrate? I don't think they are allowed to celebrate. I agree, it's a bit over the top, right? But that's fine. But again lah, it's Man United lah. They there's always a story to tell, right?
Yeah.
But but again, across Europe, why there wasn't any news or punditry that is talking about Barcelona against Levante?
I think
Why
no
no
one
one
really
spoke about that?
I think.
Goes back to what I said lah.
Yeah.
Goes back to what I
And
said. It's because it's Man United.
yeah,
Better stories.
yeah, and I want to add on to what Matt was saying as well. Again, saying from a neutral fan point, right? It's how the story been made. I mean how what
Yep.
MU went through, right? With the Grimsby Town. It's not only losing to Grimsby Town, right? It's there
Yep.
also. People were saying, Amorim couldn't look at his team. Amorim was playing his tactical thoughts and everything. So let's flip aside. Let's say MU won the penalty. I'm sure they are going to celebrate like they won qualifying
Yes.
to the Champions League or something like that,
Okay.
right? Feelings is
Mm-hmm.
always there, right? Because
Yeah,
you
but the circumstances is in Grimsby was 2-0 down. They come back and
correct,
then they won.
and then it was really
Yes.
low. It was really low, and then going to Burnley, it was really low. You could ask any fan of MU, even myself. We were very nervous, and we were very nervous.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this does not become a nightmare during the first 20
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
minutes, and you could sense the Old Trafford as well. Yes, they
The
were
nervousness.
singing and everything, but once the match started, we do not know what are we expecting. And once we hit the 1 nil, and then we could hit more, right? Yeah. Then it became lively, right? And then we lost, and then we started losing games again, losing goals again, and then it was 1-1, and then it
Mm-hmm.
was only after 60
Yep.
seconds we score 2-1, and then you get, oh nice, right? If it's end there,
Correct.
it will not be like, or
Yeah.
the over
Yep. Yep.
over the
Yep.
head and everything. And
So
and, and
basically,
Mm-hmm.
it
the
looks like
penalty
the
moment.
game is going to be another draw, which is felt another
Mm-hmm.
loss as well. Seriously, if
Yep. It
it's
would have felt like
yeah.
another loss. I agree.
So I hope maybe this is a step in creating a new book, right? As a Man United fan, I hope this is a step in creating a new book, because I
Mm-hmm.
like how, even though they concede two, I would say two silly goals, right? And they couldn't contain Burnley tactical shift in second half, but this is
Yep.
where I could see the new Man United under Amorim, right? You could really
Mm-hmm.
see uh uh what he's trying to do, what he's trying to do, what he wants his players to do, what the new transfers players came in and trying to do, right? So it's good thing that they said the transfer window is closed, so right now we have the players that we want. So let's see how they
Mm-hmm.
go, right? The only thing that I do not want is to have another Greensby episode again, right? Because if
Yep.
we have that,
Agreed.
then I don't think so the squad or anyone could take it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
And
that's
and yeah,
yeah.
but I mean, of course, ultimately, the win against Burnley, I would like to think is a good confidence boost
Mhm.
in approaching the upcoming Manchester derby.
But not
So
good
yeah,
result. But not a good result, right? Because
not the best result.
yeah,
Not the best
it's a
result. I
Burnley.
think
You
it.
should yeah, I agree. You should. Plus, you concede after leading twice, right? There's
Correct.
still an issue over there.
Yes.
There's still an issue that needs to
Correct.
be taken care of, right? And I think
Correct.
Cohen and Matt, you guys pointed out that the midfield issues. But now you see it's
Yeah.
MU
Mhm.
lah. I mean it's always like, cause I don't know. Is it true that Paul Pogba tanam a hyena in a certain Carrington ground or something? Because you can see, I do believe if it's not what happened in Grimsby Town, because the Grimsby Town game, it was so much trauma. The keeper, the game, the manager,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
atmosphere,
Mhm.
the after interview, everything that you can think to go wrong did went wrong. And after the
Yep.
Grimsby Town, I think they just said, okay, now what do we do? Do we get a keeper, or do we want to follow up on a midfielder? And I think, yeah, it's clear. I mean, I would take keeper any other day, man. And I do not want to see Onana.
Mhm.
I think he'll
Yeah.
be great in other club, but not Man United, because I could see his body language, and the
Mhm.
team does not trust him, right?
Mhm.
And he does not have a confidence in himself, right? I think we
Mhm.
spoke about the second goal. It's him. He's doubting himself, right? Should I go? Should I
Mhm.
punch? If I punch, I punch another player. A play that I'll
Yep.
get penalty. So and so, because that
So it's
happens. That happens, right? That happens. He went out and then he
yeah.
punched, and then he got a penalty, or he won a penalty for the other opposition, right?
Correct,
So yeah.
exactly. So yeah, that's just our general take lah on the game. But of
So
course, ultimately for
coming
me,
to
Yeah.
yeah.
the last minute goals, guys should be
Mm-hmm.
talking about Liverpool and Arsenal as well.
Yep.
Oh
Of
yes.
course, of
Speaking of
course.
yeah, so speaking of that as well, yeah. I mean,
And they celebrated
what a
as well.
free
They
kick!
celebrated like they won. I don't know.
And they're
Like,
beating a title rival. Come on. Oh my God.
so I
There is.
know.
They celebrated as well. So,
Oh my God.
but again, I mean,
This is like,
I
this
mean,
is,
put
I have a sense of hypocrisy.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead,
but
go ahead, go ahead.
but
But it was good
putting
goal, lah. It was beautiful
oh,
goal.
what a goal, beautiful goal, man, from
And and
Soboslai.
and and
Yeah,
and,
so
and what's best part, Matt, Raya commented on the ball.
yep. All fine excuses. So yeah,
I mean,
he commented on the ball, what?
Yeah.
really, that's crazy. Michael Owen was telling that the wall was the problem. They didn't need a big wall there because it was blocking his view because it was
Mm,
quite far out.
mm.
So that was a thing. And then even Raya could have saved it, but it was the perfect free kick that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
couldn't have time to
Yep.
see it, you know?
Yeah. I agree. But what a well taken free kick, man! Wow,
Yeah.
it
Amazing.
was
That is
amazing.
And
that is
and
like
and and, and
Liverpool's
sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
Liv- that is like Liverpool's legend,
Mm.
Trent Alexander Arnold's kind of free kick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's the kind of free kicks that if Alexander Arnold was there, I think that would have also possibly been a goal.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted
So
to say about this. This is where the difference, right, between a title winning. I think we spoke about Arsenal as well. You know, where the game that they couldn't win when they faced MU, and then they got a result of that, right? They got 3 points, right?
mhm,
Same goes to Liverpool. I
mhm,
don't think Liverpool were a better team.
Really, I thought they were slightly better than Arsenal.
hmm.
Arsenal was very defensive,
Yep,
and
but Arsenal, I feel Arsenal nullified the threat of
yeah, I
Liverpool,
mean,
right?
Mm,
you're
Yeah.
playing away. You have to do it, right? I
Correct.
mean,
So that's why I didn't think that they played like how they played in last what do you call that last season, like how they try to dominate opponents
yeah,
in
they
Anfield.
didn't do
Yeah.
that. And also wanted to add their striker, Arsenal striker.
Mm.
How do you pronounce his name?
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
Victor
Yeah.
Gyökeres.
Again,
Yeah.
he had a very
Yeah,
quiet night. Yeah.
no, no. I
Another quiet
mean,
night.
I saw like there was one chance where you got a short pass, and he just didn't have it. Actually, I am suspecting that this
Hmm.
might be a flop.
Well.
You
Yeah,
think?
I
Hmm.
think it's because it's like another, I don't know. This is a, it's. I mean, he had a few times he didn't really get. He got the ball, but then he just not to say that Liverpool defense was almighty. They did their job, but
Hmm.
Correct.
some of the chances, the half chances, and there was one that if he just would have moved forward, it's just
Hmm.
like you just had to hit it, and I felt that he's not up to pace as well.
Mm.
So I don't know. That was my observation about him, and
Hmm.
I like that Italian left back Arsenal had.
Yeah.
Um,
Cagliari or something.
eh,
Sorry. Yes. Correct.
Calafiori. Cagliari
sorry.
is a club.
Yeah. So this guy last season was not so good. I think he was a transfer made last season, but this season,
Yeah.
oh my god, he's good.
Yeah. I think he's good. Calafiori
He,
is
I mean,
cauliflower.
he nullified Muhammad Salah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's just our takes, man,
Yep.
on the Liverpool and Arsenal game and all that. So wow. So yeah, I think we have come to the end of the show, and of course, for those who have tuned in once again, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have any additional thoughts, comments that you would like to share, please drop us your notes as well. Share us your thoughts, and there are definitely things that we may have missed out, and it's good to welcome your points as well, and it will be well taken. So rest assured on that. And as mentioned, for those who are new, hit that like and subscribe button, and do also hit the notification button as
Yes.
well, and to stay tuned that we have weekly episodes. And speaking of weekly episodes, stay tuned to our next episode where we'll be covering a little bit on the international breaks.
Mhm.
And yeah, although it's gonna be do I dare say quiet? Not really a quiet, not a quiet week, but of course it's quiet from the EPL, from the English Premier League.
Yep.
And so yeah, so once again, and I wish everyone who has tuned in a very good day, and of course a very good night to you guys from any part of the world. So on to the next episode. Peace out. Cheers.
Bye.